This profession is so much more than a career, a job, or a paycheck. Our profession is family. It doesn't matter if you're one of the 36,000 officers protecting New York City or the sole part-time chief of police for the town of Whitestone, Virginia. We are all part of that thin blue line family. We support each other unconditionally with love and unwavering dedication to our families, our communities, our state, and our country. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy designated tomorrow, May 15th, as Peace Officers Memorial Day. Last night, at the National Law Enforcement Memorial Candlelight Vigil and Roll Call in Washington, D.C., 114 law enforcement officers who lost their lives in 2023 were honored. An additional 168 from past years were also recognized, representing federal officers, state officers, and local officers. These 282 officers will have their names inscribed on a law enforcement memorial for generations to remember those who died in service of others. While these officers may be gone, we will never forget their sacrifice to our country, our communities, and most importantly, our families. My fellow brothers and sisters, never forget your family as you go about the unique and dangerous jobs that you have all sworn to do. For as you are doing these, your families wait. Never take them for granted. Appreciate their sacrifice and cherish every moment you have with them. Recruits, remember that our profession requires commitment, bravery, and sacrifice. As you graduate and take your place in your communities, remember this and always serve with pride. Honor those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice by always holding yourself and your fellow brothers and sisters to the highest level of dedication and integrity. Family members, thank you for your sacrifice. You supported your loved ones through the trials and heartache of this profession. Today, their battles are over. They made their sacrifice, and we will not forget them. We remember to honor your loved one today. We remember to honor you, and we remember to honor your sacrifice.
Just last month, in one of the most deadly days in law enforcement in our nation, 4 of your brothers right next door in North Carolina were gunned down, simply trying to serve a warrant on a felon with a firearm. As it was for your 32 brothers and sisters, whose names line our program today, that day started as any other day. The courage it takes to do what you all do is unbound. I began my career many years ago as a police reporter in Chicago, my hometown. Sitting in the station houses all across that city, I became in awe of the men and women who wore the uniform of the Chicago PD. So much so that I actually considered taking the Chicago police exam. But what stopped me, ultimately, was I knew I didn't have the courage to do what you all do. But I like to think I ended up doing something approximating that work by working for more than 3 decades as a prosecutor in Arlington, Virginia. From there, I once again was able to see the dedication, decency, and devotion that you all bring to such a difficult and demanding of jobs. The law enforcement officers we honor today represented different law enforcement agencies and wore different uniforms, but like you, they each answered a common call. It's a call to serve your communities, your country, and our common values, to meet the daily challenges of a very difficult job with courage and conviction. It's to protect and to defend our citizens through a commitment to providing the highest standards of professional training. They, like you, represented the best among us. Your training is what allows you to give dignity to the victims of crime, to protect public safety, which is central to living in a free society. Because if our citizens cannot feel safe, they can never, ever really be free. These are perilous times that we're in. There are those who denigrate and decry law enforcement. While their voices at times seem loud, they're actually quite few. Just last night on the National Mall, thousands came together for the annual candlelight vigil to pay tribute to those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. The vast majority of our fellow citizens, they actually know who the heroes in the world are. They're called law enforcement officers. It is the heroes we honor today, those who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect our cherished American way of life. By being here today, we respect, honor, and remember them, and remind those who knew and loved them that a grateful community can never repay the sacrifice that they made. But we can honor it by recognizing the spirit of service that animated them and their selfless courage for which they gave so much. This academy has served some 40-plus agencies for more than 4 decades. Its guiding principles of integrity, progress, fairness, teamwork, and professionalism is what propels each of you as you go out every day in service of your communities. Like your fallen comrades, you are heroes because you strive every day to ensure that their sacrifice meant something. We honor each of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice today, this police week, next week, and every week of every year.